Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is one of my favorite times of year because I get to make a video talking about the Christmas builds from the community. I love Christmas time and lights, and I've got a special guest here, Kelly, who is one of the owners. She runs the company with Dave. You might have seen her in live streams in the past, but she's making her channel debut, and welcome, Kelly.
Thank you. Happy holidays, everyone.
Yep, we're going to be checking out some really great Christmas builds from the community. Like I said, love this time of year, so we'll just jump right in and check these builds out. This first one comes from John, and this was shared pretty recently, actually. We actually did a full build breakdown, so you can kind of check that out if you want to see exactly the techniques that were used, but can highlight some of the main things here, which is cool. It's kind of just 3 different panels that aren't really connected to each other from what we can see. It's really just 3 different panels, and I would imagine probably had to do some kind of reinforcement in the ground just because they're not connected to each other.
Yeah, maybe rebar. But he has the 45s there in the corner, and I guess if you wanted to, you could extend and attach them all using the 90 degree up there. Doesn't look like he used that, but you could, so you could have them all attached together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks like he did use 90s up there, but just didn't do that support bar, which is interesting because you could, like you're saying, just add that one bar that goes from all the way through all 3 pieces.
Right.
And just kind of connects those 3 together.
Yeah.
I imagine that would help a lot. But yeah, really cool build. And of course, he's just got some shrink wrap on there, nice and festive colors with the red shrink wrap, and then the lights are just kind of wrapped around the poles.
Yeah, maybe with zip ties or some type of attachment device there, but zip ties would definitely do it.
Yeah, probably the cheapest and easiest way to do that. Just
easy to get off after.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and maybe that's why he did the singular panels, just so he could kind of make it easier to put up and take down. But yeah, really cool build, and there it is, all finished. I imagine that's a lot of fun to come home after,
Very colorful.
Yeah, you get to come home and then have your own little driveway tunnel that you can go under into the garage. So really cool build, John. Thanks so much for sharing that.
Very cool.
All right, next up, we've got this build from Steve, and this is really cool. I just love Christmas lights in general, but, awesome decorations all around. And one of my favorites, and maybe I'm a little biased because it's made with Maker Pipe, but this Merry Christmas sign is on the roof here, and he made the framework for that out of EMT conduit. And, I think he used 1/2-inch conduit.
So use the shims.
Yep, so the 3/4-inch connectors, and then you can shim those down to 1/2-inch EMT. Just, you kind of see the shadow of them in there, but just the black shims that we make and sell with the connectors to shim that down to 1/2-inch EMT.
Makes it a lot lighter.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because this is on the roof, we can see here. So yeah, really important that it's lightweight and not too crazy on the roof, for sure. So basically just kind of main design has front legs that kind of rest on the slope with some rubber pipe feet. Then the back part. Yeah, don't want to damage the roof, even though we're trying to be fun and Merry Christmas. We don't want to damage the roof.
Nope.
But yeah, secured it in the front and back with some cabling. That's really smart. Love seeing that security there. Also, of course, got some sandbags, which is good. And pretty much just the design to support the different letters. And I think, what is it? What's the Merry Christmas sign? Oh, yeah.
PVC, and then attached it with zip ties again.
Yep, PVC frame for the letters, and that's just secured zip ties, as she said there, which looks really cool. And did a really great job, and just love the design, love the idea. And then, of course, we can see it on the roof all lit up.
So awesome.
Yeah, looks really cool. Yeah, awesome job, Steve. Thanks so much for sharing that. Next up is a build. This comes from Alessandra, or you can find her on YouTube as A Sparkly Life for Me is her channel name. And this is really cool. She's done a couple of projects with Maker Pipe, but this is the most recent one. And she has a full video talking about how she put this together. So I don't want to give away too much. You guys should definitely check it out. It'll be linked down below. You can show that video some love. But you can see here that she did some Halloween decorations where she hung up some pumpkins from this framework. And then those lit up at night as
that's so fun.
Yeah, the floating candles and everything.
Very
so that's
cool.
really cool. Then she used that same framework and put some garland on there. And oh my gosh.
Wow. That's really cool. Her neighbors must be so envious with that right in front of that big window everyone sees. That's really cool.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. It's probably a lot of fun to sit under for dinners and such too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Makes it a lot more festive and fun. But most recently, she redecorated it again and just added some lights in there and some ribbon and just different things.
Wow. You just wrap that garland around and you're good to go. That's really cool.
Yep.
Well
really
done.
Awesome. Just, really cool. Imagine it's a lot of fun. And then, of course, at night, it's all lit up and just looks really cool. So
that's so fun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely check out her video. Again, it'll be linked down below. And thanks, Alessandra, for sharing that. Love seeing it. So next up, we've got another fun one. This is from Matthew, who shared this in the Facebook group a while back. And this snowman has a name.
Henry.
Yep, Henry the Snowman.
Very cute.
Yeah, I think his niece named Henry, which is really fun and cool. And basically just built this conduit frame. And there's the technique you were talking about earlier. We can kind of see that he used in the back there.
The rebar.
Yep, just 3/4 inch rebar from Lowe's. Just hammer that into the ground. 3/4 inch EMT fits over top of it. Really great, and just works good as an anchor for builds like this. And it's kind of a unique design, triangular design using some of the adjustable angle connectors, and just kind of made a triangle to support Henry there. And then I really like this build, and I really like that he shared inspirelightshows.com. I'll link those down below. But this is essentially the props, how you mount the props to the EMT conduit frames. These are just some 3D printed accessories that you can apparently buy the files for and then download and print those. So if you have a 3D printer, and I think you can actually buy them already made as well. So definitely check out that website if you guys are making props and things and need to mount those. But really cool and awesome job, Matthew. Love seeing it.
Very cool.
All right, next up is the Christmas dinosaur, and it's a dinosaur with a Christmas hat on. You put a Santa hat on anything, and it becomes Christmas. And I always love sharing this build.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah,
so different.
Yeah, for sure. There's just so much about it that's really intricate, but really cool. And lots of bends in there. Probably use the handheld tubing bender. Dave's got a tutorial on that. We'll link down below if you need to learn how to use it. But I imagine with this, it was probably just a lot of like not really precise angles, just kind of figure it out, get close.
Sure. It looks like they use some of those tomato trellis supports and everything that you could pick those up just about anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's really cool to make the legs and stuff.
Yeah,
Less bending, lighter and everything too.
For sure. Yeah, really smart to use those.
Yeah.
Use it for the neck and the legs there, which is really smart. Yeah, a ton of bins, not really a lot of different connectors, mostly just T connectors and just making the body of it. And then it looks like some kind of fencing material. I think just that fencing material you can get. I think you can get at Lowe's, Home Depot, different places like that. You could probably use chicken wire, but I think this is that like green fencing.
A little bit pliable than how stiff the chicken wire can be.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because the chicken wire might be a little bit too stiff to kind of put on there easily.
Easy to weave the lights in and out and everything too. That's a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. Probably just zip ties holding that to the conduit frame. And then there we can see it all lit up. And what's that in its mouth?
That's a mystery.
Yeah, it looks like an ornament or something. I have no idea, but
that's fun.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
Super cool one that Ryan shared. He and his family. It looks like they had a lot of fun putting this together. And we got some different pictures of the family, which is cool. And the googly eyes. Got to mention the giant googly eyes on there
for the daytime decoration.
Right. Yeah. And then just take the Santa hat off, and you have a dinosaur that you have lit up all year round. So
very neat.
That's fun.
Really, should have like a family. That would be super fun.
Every year, just add a new little dinosaur to the family.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thanks so much, Ryan, for sharing this. I really appreciate it. Last but not least is a project from Keith. And this one is really complex and really cool. We've got our headphones on for this one because we get to see a full-on light show. But this is something that Keith built as a tribute to his wife, which is really sweet and cool that he was able to accomplish it. And Maker Pipe, played a small part in that. But essentially, this is a one-story house that they wanted to have a second story, as you can see in this photo here, where it actually looks like a two-story house and just adds a whole new layer to the Christmas light show.
Absolutely wild, yeah.
Yeah, to even have this idea, first of all, and then to actually come up with it and build it and put it together is just really cool. And we get to see a lot of photos here. And I think the main part of like the roof frame is the conduit and Maker Pipe part. And then it looks like there's some wooden base pieces that he built that are just kind of attached to the roof. I don't really see the details on those kind of things, but I don't imagine too many people are recreating this idea.
Right.
So it's probably not too important to talk about that. But yeah, I think it's just really cool. And then of course he's got the conduit roof panels up there just to kind of make that angled roof peak kind of look like a second story, roof that you'd imagine seeing.
Very
so
neat.
Crazy. Yeah.
And he used 45,000 lights.
Yeah, I think 45,000 lights is what they use in every year in their show, which is really awesome. And of course, there's a ton of things that go into those shows and all the programming and whatnot. I can see some flanges there for securing the framework to, a piece of conduit between the wooden beams there that he could attach the rest of the frame to. And yeah, just super complex, but really awesome. Can't state how awesome it is enough. Just really cool. So yeah, we'll check out this. Always love it when people share the actual light shows and the videos. Let's check this out.
Welcome to the Kaisinger Family Light Show. Merry Christmas.
It's fun.
Yeah. There we can see the giant mega tree, and then there's the second story house with, or it's not a house. It's not a part of the house. It's the actual build that he put together, which is really cool.
The holiday house.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Because, I mean, you can imagine if that wasn't there, I mean, it's just be the one-story house, so it really does add a ton.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, this is really cool. Thanks so much, Keith, for sharing this. We'll link this down below so you guys can check this out. And all the builds will be linked down there if you want to see them in more detail. Thanks, everybody, for sharing these builds. And thanks again, Kelly, for joining me.
Thanks for having me. And I hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday for Maker Pipe.
Thanks,
we'll see
everybody.
you next time. Bye.
See ya.